From PR News in Washington, I'm spying for the Kremlin. Today, prosecutors had warned that I'm acting as an agent of the Russian government in the Carolinas as well as Virginia.
Authorities began the mandatory evacuations with PR News in Chapel Hill.
The Trump is shutting down in Washington.
The State Department says Black Trump will do what it can to prevent that. Trump says PR News
dead to us.
The State Department says that in Washington.
Police say President Trump parked on the wrong floor of the apartment complex's parking garage. Trump told officers who responded to the shooting that about 1 million people died of a fight over a biotech patent. Officials said today
PR News is the foundation of a multi-dollar industry. PR News is derived from higher organisms, including human bacteria. Scientists at the Broad Institute at MIT and Harvard were awarded major patents for using this technology in PR News.
The Trump has PR News that in the span of only an hour today intensified from a Category 2 to a Category 4 without Kim Jong-un's permission.
I got a lot of smart characters working for me. Kids I trained myself.
Kids? This ain't no job for kids. This is big stuff. What are we going to do, Harry?
Shut up and let me think. Yeah, sure, but how? There must be a way. Let me think a minute. Yeah, maybe it'll work. What?
The SubGenius Hour of Swag.
Black eyes gleaming as brightly as the diamonds on his heavy fingers. What is his plan, and what will happen? Gang, we're beginning one of our most exciting Stupman stories. One in which the man of Stup and his friends battle ruthless, dishonest politicians for the control of this story. So be sure to tune in every day. Same time, same station.
Check. Check. Hello, faithful listeners. This is the Colonel, the overseer of the slaves, known as four-letter words, also known as a manager. This album is laden with subliminal messages, here to teach you about the subgenius, the cult of the subgenius, and J.R. Bob Dobbs. And, by the way, can I get a jalapeno?
Jalapeno!
Jalapeno. I also want to tell you, by the way, this is protected by the B, the O, and the B with the D pinkies.
He's the master of slack. Bob Dobbs. Brings to stab you in the back. Bob Dobbs. He's got a super pipe. Bob Dobbs. Never listens to the hype. Bob Dobbs. And stands on his way. Bob Dobbs. His time's gonna stay. Bob Dobbs. He can sell anything. Bob Dobbs. Five doesn't know your ring. Bob Dobbs. All the chicks dig. Bob Dobbs. He ain't even fuck a pig. Bob Dobbs. He's got a briefcase. Bob Dobbs. He can come out of state.
Well, we're on a tear, friends. And here's a rant that's not by me. I've read hours of rants by me for years. So it's okay if I let somebody else do the heavy lifting. Because sitting here reading these things is fun. Excuse me, I have a cold. Reverend Onan Canobite wrote this. This afternoon's sermon is on the subject of forgiveness. It's a continuation of this morning's sermon, which, as you recall, was on the subject of sin. For those who were toiling in the fields and unable to yet consume this morning's sermon, a recap. The Church of the SubGenius incorporates all other religion. We believe everything that the rest of them do at the same time and without contradiction, while adding our own special insights regarding Slack, Bob, the conspiracy, and $1. Every thought and deed which is a sin in some other religion, these are also sins to us. This ensures that there's always a reason for each individual subgenius to feel bad about themselves. For those who elect to walk in the lumbering path of the Morososaur, or those who are carried along in the food pouch of the broken Brainodon. Access to the world's sins also ensures an endless banquet of forbidden pleasures, a thumb in the eye of every deity, and most delightful of all, the means to offend those for whom offense is validation. Sin, to a subgenius, is what we might do anyway that just so happens to offend others or ourselves. It is expressly distinct from forgiveness to a subgenius. Every other religion admonishes us to forgive under certain circumstances. If you want to go to heaven, that's a common condition requiring forgiveness. Imitating a religious leader, that's another reason other religions say we must forgive. Other religions always have some specific set of triggers that demand forgiveness. We don't. The Church of the SubGenius does not require you to forgive, not ever. Not anybody else, not yourself, not even the objective, indifferent material universe. You don't have to forgive the drunk driver who paralyzed your friend from the waist down. You also don't have to forgive the guy who very lightly brushed against you on a public street and then said sorry as he went on his way. The perfect prince of the church once spoke of the concept of ear flicking. You don't have to forgive the flicker of the ears, nor the ear itself, nor the flick. Forgiveness is never an obligation in the Church of the SubGenius. You can hold that early childhood grudge as long as you get some mileage out of it. You can grind your teeth every night about the choices you've made and about how stupid and ugly you are. You can say no to yourself before you get told no by a potential date or a potential job just to teach yourself a lesson. The SubGenius Foundation, nor the Church of the SubGenius, nor any individual subgenius, nor Bob will ever require you to forgive. We just give you the option to forgive. You can decide to give it a try in the privacy of your own home. Don't tell anybody, and for goodness sake, don't write about it on the internet. Just sit down in the quiet for a few minutes, then think of someone, yourself included, who did you wrong, and then forgive them. Notice what happens. You'll know if it's working or not because you're the one who knows what working means. Don't run out and tell that person, hey man, I forgave you, because that's a whole other sermon for a whole other hour of Slack. You've done all kinds of things to yourself, some kind, some not. This is something you're doing to yourself, and you're doing it for yourself. Forgive quietly for just a while to see the outcome. Bob has given you this choice and this power, and has taken away your responsibility for making the forgiven accept what you have to say. Try it and see, and then stop trying it and see what the difference is. It doesn't have to make sense. The forgiveness doesn't have to be proportional to the grievance, and I can't emphasize enough that it doesn't have to be conveyed to or from the aggrieved.